What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. So Kentucky's offense will take the field first. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying. More than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Caught in the backfield, it's long. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
They'll try the run. Wide open spaces. He gets him at the 21, but a big play there to get away from the shadow of the goalpost. They picked up 15. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Back to pass. It's Sellers. They're setting up the screen. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. The Gamecocks are stopped, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback making checks. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He fires one deep down the right side.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And how about the rough starts for these offense? 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. These quarterbacks, you trust them early, first drives to get something going. Both of them turning over to the other team. Let's see which one can get settled in first.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, no change in the score. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Tight end now in motion. Going to the running game. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. To the air, it's Sellers. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
We always talk about yak, and that was 3rd and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Running back searching for a hole. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
Don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you could tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I got to make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. they go back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Gives it on the option. He's loose. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the right side. Creates a little room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
Right on the money. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one is perfect. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The Gamecocks come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Pocket breaking down. Crosses the 45. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
That is why you have to contain this guy. If you let him get out, he is an explosive play waiting to happen. And after that big gainer,
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. To the ground with the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Got his man down the middle. Lots of running room. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Just keep slinging it. Got the quick pass. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Looking downfield on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense.
He tries to take the top off. He's got it up the 30. They get him down on the play, and this big-armed sophomore's not afraid to show off the gun. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Makes the catch! He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Gamecocks line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? The play action fake. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
South Carolina, 21, Kentucky, 10.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Gilmore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Under fire. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Handoff to the lone back.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Quickly complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Finds the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Got some room to run, and they capitalize. Only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room and you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
To the air on 2nd down. Going to try to get it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. He'll keep it himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And it looks as if they're going to try field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can go.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jeff.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. And the Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks, but, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gamecocks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Sellers. Grabbed over the middle, it's Bennett. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. So 1st down will open up the final period. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Harbor. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown Gamecocks. A great catch and run for 6. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got it. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Grab near the marker. It's Law. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it.
And the ball ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gamecocks are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, the lead's still at 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. We'll send the tight end in motion. Going right to work up top. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Kentucky going quickly.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Snapped it in the shotgun. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Hines is back in the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for the score! And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
It doesn't get any better from the defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Turning it on! He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the gift. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Handoff to the single back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They'll try the left side. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week.
Dude, how about that? Boom. I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. He's going up top here late in the game. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
QB slicing. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Punch it out of the air. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down cut. And they'll get to the line and spike it and stop the clock. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. After this, it'll be a wrap. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's caught. Late touchdown here, probably too little too late. It would take a monumental miracle to come back now. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
And I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback with these situations. You drop so many guys back deep, but as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.
It came down to the final quarter. clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know